Antoine in the game, and that's the Boston lead with 6:29 to go in the half. McGrady outside, tries to go over the top. Loose ball picked off by Anderson. Celtics get numbers here in the break. Kenny takes it all the way. McGrady for the block.
On this one, as Kenny thought he was going to be able to get that shot off, and there were people up there with him, and McGrady quick to the leap and high.
65. McGrady looking to get it in, and does the Bose. Screen outside by Christie, who gets it back. Christie's been consistent tonight. There's McGrady with a loud jump.
Purvis was out fronting his low post right here, as Purvis is fronting the man, and he has no help, and the weak side really didn't have much of a chance to get at the play.
The floater. Got to get back now. Stephon Marbury, 8 field goal attempts in the first quarter. McGrady at the buzzer. Buries it for 3.
And Stephon did the right thing. He challenged him, but didn't want to foul him. Yeah.
Tracy McGrady hits a prayer. You could hear the horn in the background as time runs out here in the first. 35-29. Raptors lead it as we head to the second quarter right here on Fox Sports.
Stuck in the lane, and
because it means either Antonio Davis or Oakley is coming back in.
They're running at Keith on each situation.
Harris defended by Curry. Lucius Harris swatted down by McGrady. 3 seconds left on the 24.
Now this is a catch, a bounce, and a nice square up, so you don't have to panic. And it's talking to young guys, Lamar Odom out of Rhode Island. Yeah, Price the King. Off to a pretty good start.
Marbury, quick shot, rejected by McGrady.
His assist-to-turnover ratio is the best in the NBA over the last 11 years. McGrady shot tipped twice by Willis. Finally put in by McGrady off the dunk. Now that's what Tracy McGrady can give him.
Oh, he's a highlight film, but he makes as many mistakes as he does good plays.
17-15, 17 points a game, or nearly that much. 2.6 steals. Don't sell that short.
No, that's a big stat. 7.7 rebounds.
McGrady up and under. Eddie Robinson lost track of him, pays for it with a foul, and he now becomes part of Tracy McGrady's highlight film.
And what the Hornets would like to see McGrady and Vince Carter do is shoot the jump shot. So when Eddie Robinson is out of position, it gives McGrady a chance to take it to the rim, and he gets up so high that he can hesitate and score. Well, the rebound stat is the most concerned one. Ooh.
Tracy McGrady ties the ball game up on a feed from Muggsy Bogues at the top. And it's tied at 20 all. Money worked, I guess. 26-22.
And there's the pressure. Now this bench crew will put pressure on you.
They force the turnover. Bogues ahead to McGrady. And back to Vince Carter. Toronto's got it running down. 28-22. It's a 10. What a play. Muggsy Bogues to Vince Carter. Near steal by Carter. Takeaway by McGrady. Carter ahead to McGrady. Score the hoop. And Eddie Jones has his 3rd foul.
It's getting a little out of hand, so you're going to see Paul Silas call a timeout to calm this Hornet club down.
He wanted the timeout that time down, but Toronto stole the ball on successive possessions, and they lead now by...
Passed up a shot. Marcus Brown with it. Blocked by McGrady.
And see, poor Marcus Brown, he's being forced into things that, really are not his strength, and that's putting the ball on the floor, having to create a shot. He's a fine stand-up shooter, but when he's got to put it on the floor, Lloyd Vaught turning down that shot, gives it off to Brown, who's going to make his way to the baseline, and at this point, a very tough attempt, swatted out of bounds.
Williams misfires, gets his own rebound, though. Goes back up, lost it off the palm of his hand. McGrady ate it up. 12-point differential. Again, Hill on McGrady. Foul away from the ball. Vince Carter. Windshield washer move. No. Rebound pulled out of there by Lindsey Hunter. Shake and bake. A follow. A block by McGrady. My goodness. Or by Williams, rather.
Yeah, they come from everywhere, don't they, as defenders?
Yeah, I guess McGrady did get it.
Lindsey thought he had a bit of an opening, but no. McGrady from nowhere, from behind, to swat it out.
He's 6'8". He's got long arms, if you see that. As one of the co-captains. Just have to somehow find a way to play better defense. Stackhouse and McGrady now going nose to nose. His cousin Carter standing right beside him, rather, to make sure that things stay cool. It's a penalty situation. They found Stack. And then just fueling the rivalry a little bit. And something to remember next week on a rematch.
Eric Snow. And the officials have been given not only Eric that call this year, but a lot of guys as well.
And a breather for Snow. Aaron McKee is in for the first time. McGrady among the leading shot blockers for the Raptors.
Take a look at McGrady coming over as Allen drives down the middle. McGrady coming over, getting a piece of that. He can sky.
Got his first career start against Chicago and dropped 10. In fact, in 3 straight, he has hit for double figures. And he gets the look here against Willis. And McGrady greeted him and said, "Big fella, welcome back."
2.6 blocks per game, 10th in the NBA. McGrady rises up, times it perfectly, tells
blocker in the Raptors here, trying to see some of the momentum back. Posting Carter on Lynch. George neatly comes around and makes the pick. Rewarded, goes behind the back. Can't make the layup, but there's Ratliff to get 2.
He hasn't a chance at 3-point.
In his third quarter, he got. They got Bugsy Bogues back in the ball game. Christie's got it. Along this, the western sideline to McGrady. McGrady against Rice. Drives on Rice. Goes around Rice. Slam dunks on Rice. Nice play. Woo! No help defensively for Rice on that one.
McGrady can get it done as well. And it's exciting basketball.
Del Curry is in the ball game in a guard position. Harper comes in low to Shaq. Right hand hook. Roll sending. No. Block shot. Oh, McGrady was up so high.
That last block by Tracy McGrady. Shot going up. They call it a legal block.
With all the screens he's having to work over.
Season high 21 against Washington Friday night with his corner. Good feet underneath. Blocked by McGrady.
Leave Robinson and Duncan because they can hit their shots.
McGrady, who had a season high 21 against Washington Friday night with his corner. Good feet underneath. Blocked by McGrady. Muggsy hangs on to it, but only for a split second.
Again, the quickness of Tracy McGrady. He surprises offensive players when they go to the bucket. Right there, you'll see the pass to Malik Rose and Tracy coming from behind saying, "Hey, not this time."
What a terrible misconception. McGrady. Shot clock's at 5. He'll have to let this go. And soon. And got it.
Continually getting better and better.
Does. Duncan in the air. Tracy McGrady in the air. He'll go to the line, and the crowd's on its feet again.
Coming over. Watch the challenge here by Duncan. Comes over, but McGrady knew he was going to miss this right there, and the strong putback.
D. Brown the steal to Tracy McGrady. Showtime. And we're not sure, but we'll update it when we come back. And speaking of comebacks, the Spurs had one, and now the Raptors have one.
The Jazz with all subs on the court. Not much firepower to say the least. Down the right side angle, Jock Ball. Jock hold it. He'll lob it over the top there to Adam Keith. Put up that spot.
Here comes Carter. Fires it inside to Oakley. Loose, picked up by Iverson. He's off to the races. Into the defense. Rejected by McGrady. Up to McGee. What charisma these 76ers have.
Well, and Allen is cupping at it, and look, McGrady comes over. That's just a great play because he didn't throw his body into Allen. He jumped up, and it shows this kid's athleticism on that block.
It's like he's playing tennis.
Here's Kobe with the ball. Kobe looking for Rice. Kobe gives the ball out in front to Sally. Sally top of the key facing the hoop and gives the ball to Rice. Rice against McGrady. Rice dribbles around him underneath. Block shot. Here comes Fisher with the ball. The Lakers lead at 36-25. And here's the ball to Fox. Fox in the second quarter into Shaq. Shaq holds it up against Thomas. Down the middle, gives the ball off. And a great block shot. Oh, what a shot. It was put up by Shaw, and McGrady sent it out of bounds. Timeout.
Tracy McGrady with the defensive play that gets the crowd a little bit excited. We've got a timeout. 6:36 to go in the half. Lakers up 36-25 on the Lakers Basketball Network.
Coming out of nowhere, and there he is again. Nice pass by Alvin Williams. Uh-oh. Oh, no! Come on!
Wow. This is in that Phoenix category, Bird.
That's just it. That's a good point. You think he's got about 30.
Oh, good back cut.
Stolen by Carter.
Heck of a defensive play by Carter.
3-on-2 behind the back to McGrady with a dunk, hang, and swing.
Cousins. They are cousins. Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter.
Oakley with a behind-the-back pass into Davis. 6 to shoot. Carter gives it up to Christie. Underneath McGrady. Tracy McGrady with the jam, and he has 20.
Wonderful ball move.
7-point lead.
You got to be careful down in there.
Dirk Nowitzki with a fake. Had the shot blocked by Davis. Oakley ahead to McGrady. Touchdown. 22. Bogues guarded by Jones. Oakley. Carter shoots from the baseline. And it's hammered in by McGrady, who came from the other side. 24 points for McGrady.
That's not a football score. Damon all the way to the rack. Steve for 3. Pippen deflects, but it's Toronto with the basketball. McGrady. Went halfway down. Long pass. Rashid to Greg Anthony. And McGrady, the emphatic block.
The great outlet pass from Rasheed Wallace, and Muggsy Bogues got out of the way, and McGrady made the save. But Bogues initially tried to grab Anthony. They didn't catch it.
On our CTV broadcast on Sunday, you'll see him in studio at halftime. They're not a bad family.
Oh, what a move in the hang time by McGrady.
And Tracy McGrady's really stepped up his game, John. He understands it. He says, hey, guys, I know I'm the assist man, but when I'm not open, I'm going to take it. I'm going to put the dagger in your heart. He's only missed 1 shot, and he's got 12 points, and he still has time to get 4 assists. And again, Tracy McGrady, John, Charles Oakley just gave him a big chest bump, and you can see his teammates responding. They understand what the young fella's trying to do right now. Great defense. With his length, his quickness, look at this, just anticipating. Look at the hands right there to knock it off the leg of John Barry.
Since Carter's trying to lose Nick Anderson, which has been tough to do. Muggsy Bogues from the free throw line, no good. Anderson, length to the floor, but guess what? You're not going to outleap that guy. McGrady gets to it. Looked like Deion Sanders.
Inspired defense in this 4th quarter by Tracy McGrady. He's really done the job of the defensive end for his team.
Oh! Oakley with the find to Vince Carter.
Tell you what, John, that was a big-time drop-off. Oakley gets... But, John, this was a hot ticket in Toronto today. Standing room only. You couldn't get an extra ticket, and the Raptors did the job.
Oh, my goodness! Exclamation point!
Minutes out on that, so I gotta pick up my energy, and I gotta pick up what he's not doing right. So I came out in the second half and I turned it on.
But I tell you, he had the exclamation point near the end, did he not?
Yes, he's a highlight reel, and we capable of doing that any given night.
Raptors any opportunities to get on track and get some time going.
McGrady, strong drive to the basket. What a jam by number 1, Tracy McGrady.
One more look at Michael Dickerson. We saw a game only a while back, Rod. That effort just wasn't there in this game. But again, not to take anything away from the Vancouver Grizzlies, Rod. They had a game plan. They stuck to it. They were very solid at both ends of the court. Nice job there, McGrady, with the foul. But defense was the key for the Grizzlies.
Referee,
opposite.
Yeah, Westfall and his coaching staff were right up after that call. But it should have gone in Seattle's direction. McGrady for 2.
Very nice look. One of the things Seattle does not do well is they do not rotate off the ball effectively. They lose their assignments and they get confused at times. That was one of those situations.
Here's Grant, throws down underneath. Patterson with a nice move, but couldn't finish. Good D by the Raptors.
Great block by McGrady.
Offense off of defense. Raptors get it. A block at one end, a basket at the other. And Carter couldn't get it to drop. Payton coming back. Nice bounce pass underneath. Slammed away by McGrady. Take that.
Tracy McGrady.
Foul on Oakley.
McGrady starting to scope out offense as it develops, comes from the weak side with aggression. You see Baker beating Charles Oakley. Here comes McGrady. He was up there waiting for.
Muggsy Bogues. Back to Thomas. Top of the key. Davis in his face, but he got it back. Willis off the glass and draws the foul. It's no basket. Little fake around Grant. Oh, a basket by Carter.
I'll tell you. I don't think he's injured. That was sensational.
9 points for Carter.
Skill, can block his shot. Also now involved in the offense.
5-point lead for Toronto. 2 for Thomas.
Very nice.
Muggsy Bogues up to McGrady. Oh, nice dish underneath, and a nice finish by Davis.
Tracy McGrady now seeing...
Coming in off the bench, right off the bat, here's what he does.
Right here, wide open, but he finds a better shot in Antonio Davis. The pass, excellent. Look at him dump it down. Davis gets balance. Easy 2 points.
Juwan was under good control, kicked the ball out to the side, and some good things happened.
McGrady back to the... Oh, you can see that coming from a mile away.
Well, so much is said about Vince Carter. I tell you, they could very easily, if he got the same minutes, they could very easily have the equal amount of airtime for Tracy McGrady. You know, and I read somewhere where he's a little hesitant at participating in the slam dunk contest. First quarter, that makes him 4 for 8, but he's shooting the ball pretty well.
Murray lost it and had it stolen away by McGrady.
By the Raptors to get back. And Oakley made that happen because it was a 3-on-2. Sprewell, three-pointer long. Bogues, quick outlet to McGrady. Oh, yeah. Back to Carter. Splendid pass by McGrady. Carter, the reverberating rim rocker. Well, Cousins connecting, and the Knicks down 7 again. And that aroused the crowd. Capricious, so they're booing their heroes now. And this is Carter. Watch Carter slamming it down. Toronto feeling comfortable at the Garden. They lead by 7. Fronting Carter. And this is the transition. Bogues, the shortest man on the court, the rebound. Carter, the highest jumper on the court. Ewing couldn't handle a pass, and Christie picks it up. 6th turnover for the Knicks. Oakley's open again. Ewing goes sprawling, lost his balance. Somebody's open. McGrady winds up with it. McGrady with that tomahawk slam as Ewing was on the floor. Oakley had an open shot. McGrady away now. They can double him out there. Not a threat from there. McGrady makes his move, leans in, shot short. McGrady on the follow. So the Knicks now, the athleticism of this young team starting to vex the Knicks. So
there's a cousin, so they're not, you know, near cousin, they're distant cousin, but cousins nonetheless. Tracy also told me that he really enjoys playing with Vince, and he said that they could be the next Jordan and Pippen. And I said, who would you be? He said, I would be Pippen. Tom?
Longley retreating to post up on Oakley. Facing up. Oakley known for his defense over his career, having to defend the bigger Longley, and there's McGrady with a help defense to bat it out of bounds. And
guess he does, Bloodshot.
Yeah.
Tremendous play from McGrady off the ball after Oakley did a good job of keeping Oakley under control. He spun away, and there's the... If Scottie Pippen is one of the 50 greatest players, and he is the new Scottie Pippen, there's one thing that Tracy McGrady has at this stage of his career that Scottie Pippen did not. That is a tank full of confidence to go along with all of his wondrous abilities, and they're on full display this afternoon. He is playing with a lot of control, a lot of poise, and everything is very fluid and easy for Tracy McGrady. And I thought this was Vince's coming out party.
Hey, Tracy.
Let's check in with Ahmad Rashad. Ahmad?
All right, thanks, Tom. A lot of talk about all the stars today, Vince Carter, Jason Kidd, Penny Hardaway, but do not be surprised if this is the coming out party for Tracy McGrady, a young man who has played so well. He's moved himself into the starting lineup. And another side story is that his favorite player, his idol, is Penny Hardaway. He's worn Penny's number when he was in high school. He's wearing number 1 right now. He says every time he plays against Penny, anything could happen. We will find out what will happen in just a few minutes. Tom?
All right, Ahmad.
How old is Penny?
Tracy's only 20 years old. That'll shake you up in a minute. Maybe we ought not tell Penny that.
Well, the Phoenix Suns have adjusted.
And Phoenix up 6-2.
Now, Tracy McGrady has got a great mismatch against Jason Kidd. And all he has to do is use his size and play under control. He's going to get a shot.
Got right to the rim. Well, that spin move, and it falls down for his first bucket. And Toronto closes within 2. Gugliotta. Good help defense from Oakley. Ball movement to Kidd for 3. Way up for the rebound, McGrady. Nice save by Davis. Oakley's pass deflected and intercepted. Here's Robinson. McGrady fouled it.
You know, fan got kicked out here for protesting the call on Friday night. They want Tracy McGrady to get everything. This is a nice move and a roll, and defensively coming back, playing the ball the entire way. Nice strip of the ball, but no call for Tracy McGrady.
Welcome back to Toronto, a 6-6 game. Tracy McGrady getting the start for the Raptors today, and he's one of the priorities for Coach Butch Carter. He wants to re-sign him. He becomes a free agent at the end of the season. He wants to keep that young 1-2 punch of Carter and McGrady together.
He has the ability to dominate a game. He's going to rebound. He's going to have assists. He's going to block shots. He's 20 years old. He's 3 years younger than Vince. And yet and still, you know, the only thing Vince leads him in is scoring on a per-minute basis. You know, I think he is the best 20-year-old in the world. And I think it would be great to have him and Vince going at each other every day to show everybody who is number 1. Because regardless of who's number 1, you've got the 1 and 2 young guys in the whole league if you can keep them together.
He will be trying to keep them together. They're cousins, Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady. Let's go to Ahmad.
That's right, Tom. They are cousins. Tracy told me that their grandmothers are cousins, so they're not, you know, near cousins, they're distant cousins, but cousins nonetheless. Tracy also told me that he really enjoys playing with Vince, and he said that they could be the next Jordan and Pippen. And I said, who would you be? He said, I would be Pippen. Tom?
Not a bad choice.
No, I wouldn't be bad. Can't fault him on the choice, really. Here's Hardaway off a screen as the Raptors on Carter's shot had taken their first lead. Longley retreating to post up on Oakley. Facing up. Oakley known for his defense over his career, having to defend the bigger Longley, and there's McGrady with a help defense to bat it out of bounds.
I guess he does block shots.
Yeah.
Tremendous play from McGrady off the ball after Oakley did a good job of keeping Oakley under control. He spun away, and there's the real meaning of defense. Everybody's got to be involved. 2 on the shot clock. Phoenix inbounded.
Gugliotta bailed out for the foul.
Find his shot, that makes it easier for everybody else. Carter steals.
Took it away from Rogers. D. Brown to Thomas. McGrady gives it up. Brown for 3. Never got above the rim. Kidd with a long pass. intercepted by McGrady. Willis misses the shot, and then it's jammed home by Tracy McGrady. 4 points for Tracy.
Well, McGrady putting his full arsenal of skills on display. Has already blocked one, stole one, tipped one in. Multi-dimension player and plays with a lot of poise and control.
Rogers once again drawing the defense and the foul as well. His numbers have gone up steadily. He becomes a free agent at the end of this, his 3rd season. He came right to the NBA from Mount Zion Christian Academy in Durham, North Carolina, where he was U.S. Prep Player of the Year. And the Raptors made him the 9th player taken in the '97 draft. His favorite sport and best sport was baseball. He was a pitcher until about the 11th grade when, in his words, he began to dominate in basketball. And the lead down to 4. McGrady, long shot, finds the net. Tracy McGrady now with 9. McGrady all the way. No, that'll be basket interference. Offensive goaltending, wipe out the basket.
He wasn't sure. It was going to go, but he wasn't sure, and he put his hand in there right at the end. This one going up. Ah! I want it back.
He won't get it back. As we look from the right above the rim. 6 rebounds for Googs now. McGrady slapped it away. Oakley gives it up to McGrady. Oh! Rogers to Kidd. Again, the numbers for Phoenix. The lob broken up by McGrady. And then a foul. Well, Jason Kidd trying to get a little too fancy with the lob when they had the numbers on the break.
Well, he got to remember the other guy was runner-up in the slam dunk contest, and he can go up pretty high. As Rodney Rogers does a good job of stepping in and coming up with a loose ball, and then they push it the other way. Now, watch McGrady go up. Gets there first.
As he beat his idol, Penny Hardaway, to the basketball. You think those young legs might have had something to do with that?
Younger. You know, Penny's like that. Oh! They might be a little nicked up and got a little mileage on them. And Vince Carter smiles with approval.
Kevin Willis replaces Charles Oakley for Toronto. McGrady will have another free throw. 11 points and 5 boards for him today.
McGrady is a right-handed player who does a lot of things with his left hand, and you've seen his left hand come into play on the steals and on the rebounds on a couple of occasions, gets them both. He's got 7 1/4, 2-point advantage, Toronto.
Doesn't in the game for Tracy. So Toronto gets a reprieve with 24.9 on the game clock for the 3rd quarter.
And despite the 12 amazing points of Carter, the crowd is quiet now, and they've got to re-energize the Air Canada Center.
Raptors look for the final shot. They'll look for number 15, one would think. Well, McGrady is going to take it, and he's going to be fouled.
Rodney Rogers.
Number 3 on Rodney.
The Suns' number 54, Rodney Rogers, picks up his 3rd personal foul of the game. Number 1.
And McGrady will again shoot free throws. Second straight starting role for McGrady, and Rich Carter and his Raptors organization can pay McGrady more than anyone else if they can re-sign him. Heard the discussion at halftime from our group in the New York studio about the chances, and Peter Vesey saying that though McGrady may like the comparison to Pippen, he really doesn't want to be a second banana. He wants stardom of his own.
He said his agent.
Oh, that's right. He did correct himself and said his agent said that. They'll say that too, I learned. Yeah, Hardaway making a statement. So was Rodney Rogers in that bid to be the 6th man award winner. Taken away from McGrady, and now jump ball is called.
Penny Hardaway making a huge gamble, trying to slap that ball away with 5 personal fouls. Is able to get a jump ball. McGrady right there, dribbled it off his foot. McGrady's thinking, I got time to call a timeout. No.
Well, he didn't have possession by that time because Hardaway had his hands wrapped around the ball as well. So
Well, if you're McGrady, you got to be thinking tap back in the direction between Christie and Vince Carter. If you're Cliff Robinson or Jason Kidd, you got to think steal and head in that direction.
McGrady won the tap, but Kidd chases it down for Phoenix, and Christie fouls him.
They
won't. 1-point game.
Go away.
Rogers has 28. Toronto with the ball, up 1. Jason Kidd trying to stay with Carter. Christie directing traffic. 6 to shoot. Here's Carter. Kidd diving, knocks it out of bounds. Whose ball? It's going to be Toronto's ball with 4 seconds on the shot clock.
As I said, the great ones make a way, and he split the double team, lost control, but had the presence of mind to know we need 2, and his mother's reaction.
Toronto ball.
If you're the Phoenix Suns, you don't want anything coming cheap and over the top. They got to make this ball come from the outside. Oakley.
Right back to McGrady. Christie got a shot away, no good. Shot clock violation with 12.9 seconds left. Well, actually, they're going to put some time back on the clock, it looks now. 14-1. They'll. Jason Kidd, checked by Carter. High post, Rogers. Rogers turning on Oakley. Here's the drive and the spin, knocked away. Loose ball, Toronto has it. Christie is fouled. And that's it, game over. Game over, Toronto holds on to win. Vince Carter superb in victory. A career high 51 points.
Now this game closed down, and you got to be lucky sometime. Rogers makes the spin, and he was there and lost control of the ball, and it popped right into the hands of the defense and Doug Christie.
And the foul occurring after the clock had expired, and Prince Vince celebrates a big-time message victory as the Raptors, on their first time to be seen all over North America on NBC.
Pierce comes up with a steal on McGrady. Bounce pass ahead to Anderson. Takes it to Workman. Blocked by McGrady.
Anderson gets out and wide open in the front court. And Kenny has to elude one man, and that allows just enough time for McGrady to show up and block.
Gonna get a break. Wow. Tracy McGrady with the block.
Antoine right now is going to put it in his own hands, makes the move, and watch McGrady just comes from left field. And there you go.
Muggsy has to take it. Offensive rebound, McGrady.
Seconds to go. 17 on the shot clock. McGrady wants it. Too strong. Here comes Bibby. 30 seconds to go. Mike Bibby, lay in, no! McGrady the swat. Last 25 seconds. Raptors want to work a play and they want to score.
Exactly. Here we're going to look at that McGrady block. Excellent job by Bibby getting down the lane. That was just a superior.
Here's McGrady taking it to the middle for the slam. Whoa, what a play. Tracy McGrady.
Now let's look at Big Ugly here. Ouch!
Oh boy. 3.5 minutes left. Oakley puts up one. He misses. Elijah had it knocked away by Shannon. Christie gets it back, and McGrady slams it home. Side position. And gets stepped, laid it up, blocked by McGrady. He's the leading shot blocker on this Toronto team with almost 2 a game. You believe he's played 13 years?
Unbelievable.
And a block by Tracy McGrady. Oh boy, he can get up, I'll tell you. McGrady is number 11 in the NBA in block shots, and outside of centers and forwards, he's number 1.
As a forward,
he's a true professional. We watched him in Houston. He really works on his game. Oh, a block shot by McGrady. Just underway with the second period. Moochie Norris with a nice drive, and McGrady with his 3rd block of the game. Tracy McGrady is everywhere. He's 6'8", plays like he's 7'8". Timeout on the court.
team on Elijah. Back out to Kenny Thomas. Kenny all the way in. Blocked by McGrady. He lost the ball. Muggsy comes out of there with it.
Now here's a great defensive block.
Tracy McGrady with 6 block shots in this game.
All right, now everybody's trying to pick up a hot potato here.
On him, he's got to look to be assertive at the offensive end. Oakley with the steal. Struggling a little bit with the dribble, and it slows down. Fast break. Alley-oop to McGrady. Well, it's not going to win anything on style points or beauty, but terrific steal. Is jumping into the passing lane, which he does so often, coming up with a big steal, trying to put a fork in that thing, finally gets control and throws the perfect pass to Tracy McGrady. 5 points.
Toronto down by 12 and trying to catch some kind of spark. Usually that's the man to do it, Vince Carter. The rotation from Oakley to McGrady. Tracy McGrady with a big hop as he flies high around the hole. Well, you see what happened.
Kittles short, and Van Horn couldn't get position for the rebound. Here's Carter. Slammer hitting away. Smooth stroke, but he comes up short. McGrady. Big finish on the two-handed slammer.
Wow, over the top of everyone on that.
Now in the early going, Vince Carter gets off 10 shots here in that first quarter. He's one of a handful of guys in this league who get 20 shots up a night.
Tracy McGrady with a spectacular point.
They have sometimes used D. Brown back there, but the smaller Bogues could have more success as Mills finds Stackhouse, who works on McGrady and takes him across the lane. Rejected by McGrady, number 11 in the NBA in block shots by the Toronto Raptors.
Well, and looking at this, Tracy McGrady, even though he plays the perimeter, is one of the best shot blockers on this team. You know, he does a good job of just not going for the first fake, letting Stackhouse commit, and then Jerome Williams started to go over to trap Muggsy and gave up on him. Muggsy will just duck down and go through it.
Pistons from the line. Have gone. 3 of 9. Inside the alley-oop to McGrady with the great pass on the wing from Charles Oakley.
Well, the only way that's going to be stopped.
Draws his first foul.
Well, and looking at this, you see Oakley, he made eye contact with McGrady. McGrady set it up with a great reversal, and Oakley threw a good pass. The only way you can possibly...
Has been very noticeable of late. Kemp's numbers increasing as his activity picks up at the offensive end. Vince Carter craze rolls on to a playoff spot with some high wire help from his young cousin, Tracy McGrady. 13 days ago. How the Eastern Conference playoff race shakes out right now and what the match. Miller will give it up to Sean Kemp. He's going to duck inside, go to the hole, and send it down strong.
I think he's looking for people to come at him or clog the lane, and nobody's really doing it yet for Toronto. Let's see if the Cavaliers can take advantage of it.
Lamont Murray missed badly on that three-point attempt. Lamont's first shot of the night. Muggsy Bogues with a burst. Tracy McGrady. Vince Carter will launch the triple that goes. Got an offensive board off the McGrady miss. Carter wanted to dump down. Lamont Murray got a piece. Oh! With the high wire Bogues on the push-out. Carter will go down deep to his cousin Tracy McGrady, who fills up that jump hook. With all at the offensive end as he flies to the hoop.
You see what he can do when he doesn't just stand outside. When he moves himself around the basket, he is lethal.
From inside the free throw stripe. So Brevin, who averages 9.5 points and 7 assists on the year, and that's Vince Carter. And
crowd on defensively, you want to keep him in front of you, keep him on the outside. You don't care if he gets his 30 points as long as they're from the perimeter.
Lamont Murray missing on that deep three. Oakley to look at it.
Handler, playmaker, get your team into the offense type of guy. Although that wasn't bad.
Well, that's a beautiful look to Tracy McGrady, who sent it down hard.
Earned by his original assignment, Muggsy Bogues. That can help. Whoa.
Now, you just don't see it every day, even in this league. Vince Carter.
Shot clock, you always got to be concerned about that lob in the lane. No body on Vince Carter.
Vince Carter. Toronto by 3. Raptors by 3 and with it. So McGrady now handling. at 6'10", and turning the corner and getting all the way to the hole to finger roll it home.
So they retooled and got some big guys and some good rebounders, but you just wonder how.
Brown, another veteran on this club. Skip pass from Carter to McGrady. Well, McGrady will just hang there and bounce his way to the hole.
Well, the Raptors have been doing a good job when they
build on their lead. D. Brown to trigger that long triple. D. Brown anticipated. McGrady to the hole. Put it down.
Nice play by D. Brown after a very questionable shot.
McGrady going baseline. Got contact from Sean Kemp and Mark Bryant, and he just threw the basketball at Mark Bryant. The 12-year veteran obviously not taking too kindly to that as McGrady gets teed up by Hugh Hollins.
Well, those are the kinds that up. You see people coming out to lunge at his jump shot, and that's a, again, it was a, not, I wouldn't call that a hard foul by Bryant. Certainly the
Sean Kemp being fronted by Tracy McGrady. Kemp trying to save into the hands of Willis. Run out for Vince Carter. D. Brown to triple. Got it. To get up and leave if Vince Carter was going to take this tomahawk, turn his body, and throw it down.
That's something he'll try in the dunk contest next year. Like 180.
On Murray against Vince Carter. Felt a double coming. Sean Kemp gonna go to the hole. Oh, that's a quick punch from the Rain Man.
Yeah, something like that.
The ball with Lamont Murray down in that isolation. More and more teams will come to help out as Sean Kemp again. Lamont had it slapped away momentarily, and then McGrady ripped it. Well, the Cavaliers not at all decisive in what they want to get into. And McGrady.
Well, anytime you have a fumble like this, you're losing the ball. You see what Lamont Murray tried to do. He tried to recover the ball by dribbling it. That's
down to 1:20 left in this first half. Well, Vince Carter picked up that loose change and threw it down. Vince Carter. It did not go down, but he is going to get to the free throw line. McGrady baseline. This is D. Brown for three. Ring it up. At the first half buzzer, Cavaliers.
Defense of the Cavaliers looking over to help out, and Andre Miller got caught peeking and not staying close enough to the dangerous three-point shooter.
As always here in the Air Canada Center, when he turns the corner and sets sail to the hoop, you know something strong is going to happen. Vince Carter.
Well, this is what got Vince Carter going and his crowd. Just 2 seconds on the shot clock and a defensive breakdown between Cedric Henderson. A lot of good scoring opportunities in there. Get the Toronto Raptors in foul trouble.
Well, Tracy McGrady is going to yank it up and knock it down.
That's still.
Sean Kemp found a slashing Andre Miller, but he could not find the rim. Muggsy Bogues will go upstairs, electrifying
all the way up there. Knew where he had Vince Carter coming in on the right side, and as a passer, even a little guy
for the Cavs here in this early part of the third. Tracy McGrady went up top. He beat Wes Person getting to the iron, and Person gave him a shove.
2 out of 3 jump shots to start the third quarter. Now they are really executing very well. We ignored it.
Sean Kemp now trying to wheel with power. Oh, McGrady came from the weak side and denied it. Muggsy Bogues in a hurry. McGrady baseline. Andre Miller on the personal foul.
Well, you know, you expect, you know, you're up in Canada, a hockey crowd, but, you know, they've seen basketball for a number of years.
Their personal foul is going to go on Sean Kemp, his third. Davis has been able to off. Muggsy Bogues again looking to push. McGrady to raise up and ring it up.
He has been on a jump shooting tear of late, and it does look very good. It's a solid fundamental shot. And when he has that going, a lot of other things open up for Tracy McGrady at the offensive end whatsoever to start this third quarter.
Andre Miller got to the dotted line. Rejected by McGrady. Carter will find Bogues on the solo to the hole. Oh, Tracy McGrady dominant at the defensive end as well.
Doesn't get any prettier than that. The outside.
Rick Henderson to keep it alive. Sean Kemp standing all by himself to bring it down with some purpose. 27 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists. Sean Kemp going to go upstairs and rock the rack as Brevin Knight delivered.
Knight and Sean Kemp Antonio Davis came out to show up.
Vince Carter to the hoop. Vince Carter, a sensational evening. Come to in the half court.
Well, every time Bob Sora has gotten switched on to Vince Carter, it has been a problem. Vince is too big and too strong for Bobby. He heard him a couple of minutes ago in an offensive rebound situation.
Into the hands of Cedric Henderson, who loads it up. Danny Ferry on the offensive glass. Got swatted by Tracy McGrady. Tracy McGrady with 4 block shots to
very well coming off. This looked like it was about halfway down or a quarter of the way down for Cedric Henderson. And Danny Ferry, you just don't expect Tracy McGrady, despite his height and his length, to be such a quick shot blocker.
That's it. Cavaliers fall to a triple-double from Vince Carter. So for Matt Gukas, I'm Michael Ruggie. I hope you enjoyed it tonight as Toronto beats the Cleveland Cavaliers. A final 112-103. Cavaliers fall to now 9-30 on the road. Cavaliers of the Charlotte Hornets next Tuesday, the final home game of the gun. Stay tuned. Fox Sports News.
Raptors have played their best game in a long time. And the Knicks, one of their worst games. Ewing deep in the post against Oakley. Whoa, by McGrady. He knocked some of the air out of the ball. Goes in. Forget about the grand slam. Watched it block. He knocked some of the air.
Welcome back, Oakland, California. Marv Albert, Danny Ainge with the Czar, Mike Fratello. A sensational field coming up in the slam dunk competition. Certainly Vince Carter of the Toronto Raptors is the favorite. You can make a case for all 6 contestants. Oh, spectacular stuff by Tracy McGrady. What a way to open up.
He almost didn't get the ball up high enough. He was waiting for that thing to bounce and come up a little bit higher. He had to reach down, grab it, then curl it back over the top.
I'd lose it right now, Danny.
All right, here is Vince Carter with his first stop.
Let's go home. Let's go home, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go home. Let's go home. Let's go home.
Hey, that is a reverse 360 going against the grain. That is unbelievable.
This building just exploded.
That's called a gainer.
I'm expecting Kenny to say he double dribbled by that one.
Hey, my goodness, you know what I'm saying? Let's just sign the check over.
All right, Vince is with Cheryl.
Vince, I'm telling you, a lot of people thinking that might have been the best dunk ever. How'd you feel about it?
I feel good. I've done it about 2 or 3 times in my life before that, so I didn't practice. I just that was a winger. Yeah, it felt good.
Hey, Vince, can it get any better than that?
I don't know. They're tough judges. But I have a couple of tricks up my sleeve.
All right. It's back at.
All right, here's McGrady. Once again, able to windmill it home. Tracy McGrady with a couple of impressive dunks for Vince Carter. And Vince adding to the repertoire.
Kevin Garnett, Jason Kidd, Darrell Armstrong, all these guys that can really run and jump, they're in awe of what they're seeing. That is unbelievable.
Does not have to do anything extraordinary, but he does!
Oh!
Tracy McGrady with the hat trick. 3 sensational dunks.
Oh, man.
Tell me if I'm wrong. Basically, the winner of the competition has the best poster dunk this evening because that one's going to be up on somebody's wall, just like Neek is, just like Michael Jordan's in the weight room. So he's stitched up in the left hand doing all this.
Oh, it did not.
It's over. It's over, ladies and gentlemen.
The judges are coming over the table to congratulate Vince Carter. This is unheard of.
Oh, my goodness gracious. It is over. Did I call it, Danny, or what?
Hey, Tracy
McGrady, he doesn't even know what to do. He's walking away. He plays with this guy every day, and he's in awe.
Another look. McGrady with another gorgeous windmill stuff.
He's got the swagger. He's got it all. The same kind of swagger that the Dominiques and the Jordans have.
All right, Vince Carter with his first on the final round.
Ladies, wait, timeout. Can I take a timeout?
Have we ever seen that before?
Can I take a timeout?
I saw him rubbing his upper arm, and I was wondering what he was doing. He was just cleaning it off, making sure there was nothing slippery there, because he knew how far into the rim he was going.
Wait a moment, Dan. Have you ever seen that?
I've never seen that before.
Here comes Carter and puts it down.
He goes 2 hands from the free throw line instead of 1.
So the slam dunk competition has made its return in a big way. The early line favorite, Vince Carter of the Toronto Raptors, coming through with a sensational performance. And he is the NBA.com slam dunk champion. We'll be back in Oakland in a moment.
Easter Sunday in New York City. As we look at the starting lineups, the Raptors in the playoffs for the first time in their 5-year history. Carter, Oakley, the former Knick, Davis, Christie, and McGrady. And for New York, Sprewell, Johnson, Ewing, Houston, and Ward, last year's Eastern Conference champion.
Thank you very much, Tom. Well, this is the first playoff game for Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady. And they were pulled aside by their head coach, Butch Carter, this afternoon before the game. And he told them, hey, guys, I don't want you to get caught up in all the talk of physical play regarding what the Knicks say they're going to do to you. Marcus Camby, who's had his problems with Butch Carter this week, he's not doing much talking today. He has a problem with a couple of his wisdom teeth.
In the first quarter, so let's see how the Knicks get out of the box.
Fake to get open. Ward went flying by, but Oakley couldn't hit. Sprewell pull up. Houston and Ward, the guards, applying a little backcourt pressure. Here's the matchup. Carter against Latrell Sprewell. Carter shoots over him. High kick to
the notion that the Raptors have been clearly the superior team in the first quarters of every game.
Nice pass as Oakley finds Tracy McGrady diving to the rim for the Raptors' first bucket. At the end of the first half, 46-37 New York. Now stay
from a serious nerve problem in his leg, causing him to miss a lot of games. Vince Carter, easy opportunity.
Got his own rebound. Wild shot.
You saw those 2 attempts by Vince Carter, and that would be playoff nerve.
Sprewell can't hit. Oakley.
The only Knick who's been successful on the offensive glass. Beautiful passing.
Grady missed it, tapped it, no good. Got it again and lost it. Houston leads the New York break.
Knicks are intimidating McGrady and Carter at the basket.
Oh, beautiful reverse.
Well, I think the pressure is that McGrady and Carter want to do too much and be too spectacular early. Again, another case of nerve.
Sprewell's playing phenomenal defense in the early going.
The trailer Ewing gets a free pass to the rim. By Toronto, they haven't done much from the floor. Only 1 of 8 to start the game. 13% shooting by Toronto. New York 6 of 12. Sprewell.
As a team, they need to get something going to the basket, and Vince Carter somehow has to find a way to explode.
Shoots over Sprewell.
The 2 young stars, McGrady and Carter, they really haven't been close. The hammer dunk by McGrady is the only thing that's gone in.
0 for 4 is Carter as Larry Johnson.
Before both Vince Carter and McGrady, they got plenty of time to get in the ball game. They've got to get somebody hot here in the first quarter to maintain contact.
Quick shot by Carter, no good. Enjoyable.
Well, it has not been a good start for Vince Carter, but a sign of a great player is the ability to recover from a nasty start. And Carter seems to be way too pumped up and excited about playing in his first playoff game and playing here in the Garden, and everything has gone out the back door for Vince Carter here at the start of the ball game.
Their final score will be 121-38 New York.
Are you a math major?
I was very good at this.
Better than typing, I hope. McGrady. Tracy McGrady has the only 2 field goals.
Not scoring, then you don't want to play defense.
Allen
You
Houston.
got a lot of offensive players. Now you see Houston is knocking them down.
Losing out on every single open player for the opponents.
McGrady blocked by Ewing. Got it back, blocked again. Third time, won't go down.
Better at reacting to the ball, but if they're going to get some scoring, he's got to be one of the guys that continues to attack.
Discouraged, they're intimidated. Every time they go inside, they're getting their shot sent back. And then when they do leave the Knicks, offensive juggernaut in the Eastern Conference.
3 to shoot. Curry for 3. Johnson turns on Willis, the 7-footer, and feeds it back outside. 3-point shot good by Sprewell.
Better control. Sprewell comes right back in and quiets that 8.
Carter double team, finds Bogues for 3. Muggsy Bogues from Vince Carter.
Well, he's going to get some numbers eventually because he gets the volume of shots. So, you know, it's just a question of him to keep shooting the ball.
He hasn't had a good look yet.
He's 0 for 5. Collision, charging foul, offensive foul. Sprewell cut off on that drive toward the hoop. Here's Camby. Camby shoots over the 7-footer Willis.
Tom?
He has more fouls than points at the moment. 3 fouls, 2 points for Sprewell.
And what the Knicks defense has done again is forced Toronto to start further out on the floor, and that's going to produce more jump shots. McGrady.
Tracy McGrady hits one. He has a half dozen points.
But if Butch Carter has to have him 22 times here in the first half to keep him in contact, I think the auto, but Sprewell is dancing to the rim at will.
Ewing and Larry Johnson resting on the bench the whole time.
McGrady hits another. Good news for Raptor fans if he begins to heat up. And 8 points for now for McGrady. Houston's point total 11.
What's happening is they're switching and they're not closing the lane, and now Sprewell
is sharp as a morning's razor.
9 points in the quarter for him, 13 in the game.
Yeah, I guess he cut somebody because he's been dancing out there. But you can. What happens is Antonio Davis is coming around and supposed to.
Most of the thing I remember about that team is all that hair on the redhead.
McGrady.
Oh, great block, Ewing again.
And then a foul called.
Flat back, but he brings it to the rim with some authority. Ewing and company up to the task, and Kurt Thomas got that one and then got him from the rear.
He knew where it was going if no one else did.
But it's a 12-point game, and they've got to keep these guys under control.
For New York in the open, and he's re-emerged.
Was that on tape? Can you go back and redo it? Spinning McGrady. Nice move. Steve leading Franklin High School to the Oregon State Championship. Quakers for Franklin as Willis didn't look like he had his
waiting a minute. Quick hitting offensive attack. Nice poke away Ewing. Is much better than this.
You know, Willis, when he comes across like that, he's looking for one thing.
By Toronto.
The jump hook created by Billy McGill from University of Utah. The nearly departed, or the recently departed Jack Gardner taught us all players into bowling pins out there.
Larry Johnson working his way inside and scoring. Determined move by LJ. And only first half of his career where he hasn't scored a field goal. And tapped in by Davis.
A little bit deflated. You've got the #1 scorer on the team without a field goal, and you're in a 4-point game. You've got yourself a tussle.
Larry Johnson to depend on their teammates for help. That's happened today.
And that's what Sprewell mentioned to Jim Gray at the halftime. At home in between game 1 and game 2. Game 2 not till Wednesday night here at the Garden.
Johnson, fake, fire, good.
4 shooting. Not just been the offense, so it's been Larry Johnson rebounding, his defense, his passing.
Carter. Johnson lost it off his foot. Dives on the floor to get it back to Sprewell. Shot clock at 4. Sprewell good.
Floor to get that ball first.
Sprewell has 16.
Carter calling forward in the post.
McGrady's first shot of the quarter goes down. A floater by McGrady has 15 points. Muggsy Bogues is back in for Toronto. We mentioned his contribution in the first half.
Jump stop, Sprewell scores. Game's top scorer, and New York leads 65-56. The NBA on NBC.
Last time Latrell Sprewell and all of the Knicks fans had on that orange was Sprewell was the star at the offensive end by being aggressive. He's made a lot of good things happen for the Knicks tonight by being the guy that's attacking and put
today. As you saw, 4 fouls now on Marcus Camby. Bogues moves the ball to Oakley. It comes to McGrady for 3. Nice ball movement by Toronto that time. Initiated away from Carter. Here's Muggsy again for 3. That one no good. Tracy, and then he lost it again. He just can't hold on to the ball after he skied for the rebound.
He really got up for that one. Did somebody put a trampoline out there on that court? Just flying above.
Fine interior post defense for New York.
Houston holds for the final shot. And he got it.
It's a tough call. That's a very tough call against the Knicks.
Carter drives on Sprewell, tries to slam it.
They do against the defense of Larry Johnson.
Steps back. First field goal of the game comes on his 13th attempt.
They give him another shot at it against Larry Johnson.
Yes, they do. 2 in a row. Vince Carter, you don't want him to heat up now.
It's a 3-point game. And
22nd timeout. Carter misses his first 12, then hits 2 in a row, and the lead is cut to 3. Meanwhile, the Raptors have scored 6 in a row to open the 4th quarter.
Unselfish as Latrell Sprewell. The more times he just touches the ball, the better things are going to happen. Blocked by Camby.
Carter got his own, and then thrown away.
Fouling to converge without leaving guys wide open and rotating back is what championship teams are made of. The Knicks defense today has shown that type of style, skill, and ability. And with the complete denial of good looks to Vince Carter, the Knicks have controlled the game virtually throughout.
Carter with the steal, and they get McGrady and Antonio Davis in to try to finish this ball game off, but they've got to be consistent. Carter from the spot where he made 2 in a row. One tip.
Just under 6 minutes to play. Here's Willis again. Low post, double team of Childs. And a 3-pointer by McGrady. Tracy McGrady, you rotate off of him, and he hits for 3, and it's a 3-point game again.
You know, Vince Carter took himself out. And
3 quarters for the Knicks, but has missed his 3 shots here in the 4th. They go to Ewing. And 1.
The guy who can cause the separation here for New York. The patience, the deliberate move, working his way into the position.
Willis is going to try to make it back the other way. Nice move, bad finish.
The curse of the short arms again for Kevin.
Oh, don't start the short arm.
McGrady picks off the Houston pass. And McGrady to Willis. Willis hits this time.
They went to that pass from McGrady, and those are the kinds of plays that every time they started to get close, the Knicks have made them pay for it. Sprewell.
That's right. Andy quickly double teaming, forcing Carter to get rid of the ball, and Oakley hits a 3.
That Van Gundy doesn't like the double team. They leave a lot of good shooters open, and Oakley's a very good spot up shooter. Block. Alley for position. Ewing doesn't like this side of the floor.
Bogues got it away from him.
He doesn't like playing against
Muggsy Bogues pulls up, finds Carter for 3. Carter.
But his development behind the line for 3-point shooting percentage, astronomical development in the latter part of this season.
You know, this is the wrong side of the floor for Patrick Ewing. He likes to come the other way, and then the guy that's just been hounding everybody out there, Muggsy Bogues, steals it and pushes it to Vinsanity.
Back on the ball. Just past the 2-minute mark. Here's Carter to Oakley. Oakley's 4 for 4 in the quarter. A pass to Davis for the jam. They have a full timeout left. They also have a foul to give. Toronto has 3 full timeouts remaining. Ewing went off balance, and Carter took a little bunny hop.
Now Carter should drive this ball to the bucket. If he comes real hard and he pulls back, bad shot, McGrady rebound.
Push out.
New York City coming down on him like never.
But Sprewell's defense all day, forcing him. Vince Carter is being given that right-hand drive, and he's not taking it.
Yep.
Foul.
Hit his own.
And riding Ewing, will he give him one more bucket?
There's the entry pass. Double team comes from the backside. Ball movement to Johnson for three.
Well, Larry Johnson has been in this position before, and he has had a sensational game in making shots when they need.
42 seconds left. The Raptors. Carter is decked by Latrell Sprewell.
That's going to be 2 shots. This is a mistake, mental mistake.
That's what PJ said.
Making no attempt to make a play on the ball. You know, he had him under control, so Carter never really got a chance to get up, but Carter is okay.
Got to make free throws.
They come out and miss a jump shot, they're going to get themselves in trouble. Coming inside to Carter.
His fall-away shot. Back rim, rebounded by who else? Final 4.7. McGrady makes the catch and hits the basket with 2.1 seconds left to make it a 3-point game. And then
back with a sense of anger, an edge to it that they didn't have today. Intentional miss by Sprewell just to keep the game flowing and get it over with.
And that is it, as New York holds on to beat Toronto in game 1, 92-88. So for Bill Walton, Steve Jones, and Jim Gray, Tom Hammond saying so long from the Garden. Now for the T-Wolves and Trailblazers, let's go to Mike Breen.
But especially late in the game where he's been quiet lately.
Well, what they're doing on the baseline, Toronto will switch. They're not worrying because they have guys of equal size picking you up as you come off the screen.
Great pass and great position, McGrady to Antonio Davis, and that will cause the Knicks to call a timeout. So the Raptors have scored 8 in a row, and with nearly 4 minutes gone by in this first quarter, it is 8-4 Toronto.
Inside, if they're going to trap McGrady and they're also going to trap Carter, that's going to open up the power game down inside for Willis and Oakley, and then also Davis to be played one-on-one. All over the floor, getting the loose balls.
Oakley going right back to Carter. Here is McGrady working around Houston and scoring. So Tracy McGrady, and now we'll have a 20-second timeout. And we talk about Houston scoring problems in the fourth quarter. What about the defensive effort against the tough, speedy McGrady?
I like right now, solid defense by Toronto. And then at this end, they're handling the double team, and they're starting to feel where they should spot up.
4 points has replaced him. The double on Sprewell. Here is Camby, and Marcus Camby blocked by McGrady.
This is McGrady now. Now remember, he's 6'8" with the long arms. Outstanding defensive play.
Called against the New York Knicks, so each team called for one. There you see Marcus Camby's unimpressive numbers in game 1. And there's McGrady. What quickness!
AB.
Tracy McGrady, only 20 years old, as Hubie mentioned.
That jump shooter to make the shot. Now this is he just catches the defense. He caught the defense rotating slowly, and then once he got airborne, the Knicks are not going to foul him and then give up a potential 3-point opportunity.
Steal by Charlie Ward. And the Knicks trying to peck away at the Raptors. Ward going on the pick and roll to Marcus Camby, and getting a piece of it was McGrady. Tracy McGrady, who wasn't even defending him.
Played it better by Oakley, and then he even challenged the release.
9-point game, and the crowd chanting their familiar defense and offensive foul.
Board.
Vince Carter trying to give the Raptors a 3-point lead. And he does. 83-80. Carter tonight 27 points.
Line this year.
Look at that. That's a, now you would think that McGrady is the older guy, wouldn't you? He's 20 years old. The other guy's 35. Seconds to go on the shot clock. Sprewell with a fall away. He's done it. And the Knicks take a 1-point lead.
As for Tracy McGrady, he's playing on a very sore left ankle. He had some treatment, didn't practice yesterday. He told me he's about 80%, and he hopes that he'll be okay as the game goes on.
And 4 of the last 5 times these two teams have met, The team that came out ahead in quarter number 1 went on to win the game. Tommy Nunez, Steve Javy, and Joe Forte, today's officials. Antonio Davis hit one of those a moment ago. Oakley, though, saves it back to Bogues.
Great defense out in Houston. Step out Canby.
Poked it away from McGrady. Then another bad pass, and McGrady returns the favor. Bogues, numbers for Toronto, behind the back of the jam to Davis from Tracy McGrady. And the first half comes to a close. Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady, the two young stars of the Toronto Raptors, held to a combined 8 points only.
Welcome back to Toronto as we get ready for the second half. I'm Jim Gray. Tracy McGrady took a shot to numb his left ankle at half. He says he can't feel anything. Trainer said it was necessary if he was going to continue to play in the game, and the PR staff has confirmed that he took this shot. He's hopeful that he will be able to play and be effective.
When we talk about intelligence and when we talk about being aggressive, there has to be a balance there. And the balance that Tracy McGrady has tipped the scales at by taking that shot, that is not a good idea. If he can't feel that ankle, that is not a good idea whatsoever. This is the third game of the first round of the playoffs. Man is 20 years old. Where is the leadership?
Remember, in order to get, you got to give, and they want Jonathan Bend to steal McGrady.
McGrady timed it perfectly in the passing lane and forced it up as bailed out for the foul.
Missing these golden opportunities. That crowd in Philadelphia, they are hungry. The Knicks have got to break the play and come to the ball, get it to Houston and Sprewell, let them recreate a whole new set.
4 turnovers in the quarter by New York. Open shot McGrady. He's scored 8 in a row for the Toronto Raptors and has 10 in the game. Tracy McGrady coming alive in the third quarter, and the Toronto Raptors, bidding to stay alive in the series, have their biggest lead. Toronto 59-52. They're on an 8-0 run. All McGrady. And a blank check for Tracy McGrady, a free agent. Whatever it takes is the amount on that one.
Well, they have to remember how they got the lead, and Tracy McGrady was instrumental in it by being aggressive, asserting himself at both ends of the floor, but attacking before the defense could get set and react, and that's how they got that advantage, and they'll have to get back to it. McGrady will have to remember those 4 plays.
Let's go to Jim Gray.
While Charles Oakley was on the free throw line, Butch and Vince Carter called Tracy McGrady over, and they told him, come to the ball. Don't just stand there and post up. Come get the ball. Tom?
Ewing with a double team causes Vince Carter to get it back to Oakley. Cross court again to Carter. 5 to shoot. No look to McGrady, who scores from his cousin, Vince Carter. And the Knicks with the ball have a 2-point lead. Sprewell with the game winner in game 2. Johnson for 3. Banked it in! Oh, no. The LJ sign prevails.
Well, if you're Toronto, you got to come back quickly and try to get one score. Carter for 3.
Rebounded by Davis. D. Brown for 3.
It has not been D. Brown's finest hour.
Houston 23, Ewing 12, Sprewell 11. Larry Johnson 14, and now Chris Childs 10.
Throughout this series, their ultimate respect for Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, really coming through here. Tremendous poise by the Knicks.
McGrady with an air ball, and that'll do it. The New York Knicks complete the sweep of the Toronto Raptors and will move to the second round to face their arch rival, the Miami Heat. New York ends the game on a 9-2 run when the game was on the line. That was over the last minute, 10 seconds. Let's go to Jim Gray.
I have it on the utmost authority that Duncan will either re-sign with San Antonio or go to Orlando. There is no other choice than those 2 teams.
So if he goes someplace else, like in Orlando, where he's going to have to be the carrier, I don't know if signing a guard will be good enough, or do you need another big man to play alongside
well,
him?
Let's not forget, Orlando's got $18 million in cap money, so they can sign 2 major players, whether it's going to be Grant Hill, Eddie Jones, Tracy McGrady, obviously at the top of that list, even a guy like Tim Thomas. So
the Orlando Magic's master plan to take over the basketball universe is becoming about as unpleasant as the line to Space Mountain. After losing out on Tim Duncan, it appears Tracy McGrady could be next to pull a disappearing act on the Magic. Once considered a lock, McGrady, who is meeting with Orlando officials today.
It's great. I get the opportunity to come back home, play in front of my family, my friends, and just play for a first-class organization.
Just playing those guys and see how hard they work and just seeing the talent level that they had on their team. You know, the Raptors, we thought we was just going to run all over them. You know, we didn't think they belonged on the court with us, but, you know, for them to go out and play hard 48 minutes, you know, just even made my decision a lot easier. You know, I looked at what Doc did to the team last season, and it showed. You know, he's a great coach. His players are true to him, and they went out and played every night for him. And, you know, believe it or not, he had to coach every night. You know, some nights, you know, teams in the league, the coaches don't have to coach every night. If you play a team like the Clippers, you know, you don't have to coach every night, but I believe Doc had to coach every night.
One point I want to make today is that this is not the end, it's the beginning. You know, this is just the beginning. We have players now, we have more players now, and now we need to play, and so that's the beginning. We have somewhere we want to go. We know where that is. And we have a lot of work, but it's a challenge that I think we're all looking forward to. And really, I can't wait. I can't wait for it to get started.
I didn't get as much as playing time as he did. It was Vince Carter's show. Couldn't talk me out of it. I mean, I hated Vince. I hated to leave you, but it's a business, baby. I hated to leave, but, you know, I had to do what's best for me.
It hurt a little bit, you know, but that's the way it goes. And you know, I slept on it. It's over with now. But definitely, it's tough to swallow. I guess when you think they feel one way, and when they leave, it becomes the truth.
Vince was disappointed because he saw a bright future for the both of us. I didn't see it that way. I wanted him to have his own spotlight in Toronto, let me go somewhere and have my own spotlight. We were starting to build something that was spectacular. If he didn't feel that was enough to stay, no problem.
As teammates, McGrady and Carter were once inseparable, but friction developed after an ESPN The Magazine profile on McGrady indicated he was tired of playing in Carter's shadow.
Some of the things that he did say about Toronto and fans and just the situation here, I personally think he had a great time here. It's just that he wanted to be in a different situation. He wanted the ball all the time, and he's getting the opportunity now, and I'm happy.
I think the media kind of blew that whole Tracy and Vince thing out of proportion. Me and Vince were speaking, and you know, nothing is wrong. I think it was just some misunderstanding. Me and Vince, you know, we back to our same ways. We're on good terms.
You know, when you think about it, in Toronto, he didn't get a lot of shots. Vince Carter was taking most of those shots, and then they had so many other guys, and Doug Christie and Charles Oakley and Antonio Davis, that Tracy McGrady was almost an afterthought offensively.
Early on in camp, Grant Hill made a comment that after seeing you play, that he felt the Raptors were holding your game back.
I don't think it was held back. I don't think they really knew how good I was. I was kind of holding a lot back myself. You know, I really didn't have the confidence to really bring all my game out. You know, at the time, I just didn't believe that, you know, going out every night, that I can bring it every night. I didn't believe it at the time. Now I believe I can bring it every night.